Everybody, mainline. Welcome back to another of my weekend updates. Today we're going to talk a little bit about this big obnoxious yellow thing I'm pulling around that makes a lot of noise. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so yeah, what we have here is a DAPOL, DAPOL, D-A-P-O-L, DAPOL, I think. 5-in-1 track cleaner. And I've been actually watching these for quite a few years, and I finally pulled the pin on picking one up. So here it is. Pretty cool. It, like as you guys heard, it is a little bit loud, but it's not supposed to be fancy. It literally is just a track cleaner car. So for those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with these, and I'm not saying I'm an expert on this thing, but it's 5-in-1, like I said. Runs off of track power. 5-in-1, as in like it has a track cleaning fluid reservoir. It has a vacuum, but that's kind of, it's a little bit misleading because that vacuum, you have to take the vacuum portion out to put in, for example, the polishing pad, which I have in it right now, or the actual sanding pad, which is a super fine grit sandpaper, and these discs just spin around. Right there, it's kind of hard to see, but I can flip it up later, but that's where it is. And then also it's got a little buffing, like I don't know, like a sweeping pad at the very end of it, just to help collect any dirt. And then as you can see there, I threw the little Bachmann track cleaning car behind it just to catch anything else that it doesn't scrub off the rails. So it also has an on-off switch on the top of it, right here, so you don't always have to have it on when you're pulling it around, but I don't see why you wouldn't want it on all the time. It runs on DC, obviously, with a little jumper plug that it comes installed with from the factory. You have to put your own DCC decoder in this thing. It's an 8-pin, which is fine. I just stuck in, I had a TCS one laying around, so I just stuck that in there. And I don't know, this is the first time I've actually ran it, so we'll see how it does and how the other trains run after pulling this thing around the layout. I think a lot of guys don't use the actual sanding pads, but I don't know, I think I'm gonna try this polishing pad because it has a little bit of a grit to it. Like, it will take the very, minimal layer of grime off the rail. So we'll see what I like. I think what the guys don't like about the sanding pad is that they're just worried it's going to take too much off of the rail and it's going to scuff it up too much. And I don't know, this is code 100 rail. Like, I don't think you're going to do too much damage to it. Maybe if you're running like code 70 and running the sandpaper, yeah, you might want to be worried. But anyways, it is pretty cool, like just besides the paint. But I take this yellow with the safety stripes on it over some of their other colors over the years. But and actually, which was a cool feature, it actually did come with metal knuckle couplers already installed from the factory. So being a DAPOL brand, it's a European brand. It's HO and OO scale. Obviously, it's pretty much the same thing, but yeah, I might paint it and do like a CP like boxcar scheme. I don't know, not really a big deal, but yeah. So I just wanted to show that off today. Let's see it rip around the layout here a couple times. Well, before I let you guys go, let's check out what this what it looks like under this thing now that's been running around the layout a couple times, and then kind of so you guys know what it looks like too. And obviously I didn't pre-clean my track before this because it's a track cleaner. I want to see what it does. So it's pretty straightforward. And if you were wondering, this is actually this is the compartment that the vacuum inside here, if you have the attachment in, throws all the dirt and crud and stuff and fills up pretty nice according to online reviews. But it's loose, so if you tip it over, it just pops out. So be careful. And this big thing right here is actually the fluid reservoir. This thing just pops out, and you dump your fluid in there, and it's just a drip. So there's nothing mechanical about it. You just fill her up, and fluid falls out right in this little pad right here. So it's like a little foam piece. Here, I'll flip that over a little bit better. There's a little foam piece here. That's where the fluid comes out of. This is, I think, the polishing pad, and it's kind of hard to see, but it does have some crud on it. So you can see it's a little bit lighter in the center there. Yeah, so that actually worked. It definitely pulled something off the rails. And in this little brush in the end, you can tell it definitely cleaned up the rails afterwards. Any little bit of dust that was lingering. And then, of course, I had the little Bachmann car behind it. But yeah, I think overall, pretty good investment. Buddy in town there bought, I think, what is it, the CMX or something, that brass tank car cleaner, like track cleaner, and like that's pretty expensive. In my opinion, this one probably still expensive. Was, I think, $160, and then, you know, plus shipping. Comes with I think 3 polishing pads, 3 of the sanding pads, and then obviously the fan attachment. It comes already applied with the knuckle couplers. You can see that. Oh yeah, see what I mean? Pops out. But I don't know. I'm actually curious to see how that sanding pads go. I think the only downside, in my opinion, is just the noise. Just that motor that they use. But like I said at the beginning, it's just a track cleaning car, so not really a big deal. But yeah, overall, I like it. I'm really glad I finally got to use it. So anyways, that's it for this week. We'll get some more stuff up for you guys in the following weekend here. So yeah, take her easy.